Welcome to the greatest show, episode 150. I have gathered a gaggle of giggly Google heads to join me, and I told Metal Jesus, oh well, he's here now. First, let's say hi to Tiffany in Dallas.
Hey, how's it going?
And then we've got Dan coming back from Fear the Boot.
Hey, what's up?
And our happy former co-host, sometimes co-host, Sauarabh.
Hello, hello.
Sweet. My lovely wife, Tricia.
Hi. And Potato.
And Potato, our happy guinea pig. And then I see Metal Jesus' face, his profile face, but I don't hear him and or see him. Does anybody else hear him?
I don't hear him, but I don't know if he's talking either.
Nope.
All I see is a picture of Metal Jesus.
He's
Before we get too far into the show, our technical issues tonight is if somebody joins, I can't hear them initially, so I have to hop out and hop back in. Now that I've got the show live, I can't do that. So if I can't hear Metal Jesus, he's out. But now that we're all here, we got about 2 hours to talk about whatever. So we'll count how many times Tiffany says that's what she said.
I want a mark on the side of that bottle, like the starting point, to see where you get by the end.
Oh, it's totes going to be.
Hold the phone.
Well, no, you drank a little bit, so it started right above the label when you said
Right
it.
above?
I agree. Yeah, I will give it to the top of the label.
All right.
Oh, so she's going to be so hopped up on sugar by the end of this episode. We're going to have to peel her off the wall.
Wait, hold on. Can you see through the
Just barely. Well, I
Not
can
through
see
the
it
label.
floating above.
Okay, well, we will just mark it like here in a clear
Okay.
area.
Hold on. It's too wet.
Kev, man, have you been getting any sleep?
I don't. Oh my God. I'm guessing no.
Okay.
I'm
no
guessing
more
no.
kids. She's
I mean, I
biting me.
can't. I don't think he's talking.
I don't. He's just. All I can see is him looking incredulously at the camera. He's sending me messages. Though.
Oh, now there's two of them.
They multiply so fast.
Wait.
Well, there's a trinity. We were hoping for one more.
Aha.
No, wait a second. Metal Jesus?
Yep.
No, say
Ah.
something.
He
I
did.
can hear him.
I can hear
He
him.
did.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
can't-
Well, I tell you what,
It's all
we'll
you.
filter. We'll filter. If it's important, we'll repeat it.
All right. Well, let me.
Talking some
So
mad.
basically, DJ, you're not going to hear a word he said because he's not going to be.
If
Let me
we
inject
deem
the
what
over.
Metal Jesus is saying important enough, we will say it again.
This
Yeah.
is so prolific because that's literally what happened the first time. Jesus spoke and someone else wrote it down, and 2,000 years later.
That's right.
And now
We
we're in
got the
2019.
highlights, and that's what you're going to get here. So
You can tell us jokes about DJ, and we can all laugh at them, and he
And I
can
won't
sit
hear
there
them
like,
all.
I don't know what's going on.
That's rather brilliant.
It's a good idea.
This is the best idea ever. Both the root beer and the jokes about.
Right?
Made hash marks on the.
Well, because the black line is right next to the dark brown line, so you can't really see it.
That's racist. Black
Yeah.
line.
Sorry, guys. That's my racist Tourette's coming out.
Mhm.
Well, the only I don't know about Dallas, but the only other ethnic person we have.
Ethical.
Oh my God! I need another drink.
I think this is the first time my hair is longer than Metal Jesus's hair.
Oh my God!
Well, until you straighten your curls out, then you probably
Also-
passed
You guys have
by.
seen him with his haircut, right?
okay, I'm profoundly offended because I am the other ethnic person on the show.
Are you ethnic? What you got going on?
Okay, so
You're a
I,
native
You're
Midwesterner.
literally blending into the white background.
well, I know. Okay, now
Oh!
some of that is 100% true, but
Oh my
some of
God,
that's-
it is the same color.
Just see your-
Yes, it is. When I got this place, they said, "What color do you want it painted?" And I just said me. And it turns out that Home Depot and their color swatches actually had one that had my name. It was already in there. It was between Off-White and Mother of Pearl. And so that's just, they came in with their rollers. And I
Nice.
stood there naked against the wall watching them for a good half an hour, and they didn't know.
The whispering at them.
I'm gonna isolate that audio, and I'm gonna play it for Dan as often as I can.
So I am technically okay. Now this is an Elizabeth Warren technicality here, but I am technically Choctaw because Choctaw do not have what they call a blood quantum, which means you are not required to have a specific percentage of you that is Choctaw. And I do have an ancestor who is federally registered on the Trail of Tears.
And so say hi. I just wanted to say this is my fiance.
You gotta one up me. You gotta one up me.
Hi, fiance.
How are you?
Wait, it's like Sarah, right?
Saroj, yeah.
Saroj. I knew there was a letter in there, and I didn't remember where it was at. That wasn't supposed to be there.
I have her permission to join the podcast while she goes to sleep. She has important doctor stuff to do tomorrow morning.
Wait, goes to sleep? It's like okay.
But we're on the East Coast. And,
they're on the East Coast.
Yeah, she's up at 5.
Yeah.
What? I didn't know 5 came twice a day.
It does, Dallas.
So it's Saroj and Sauarabh.
Yeah.
So you have like a so-so house.
That's a Reeds.
Yeah, the house is kind of so-so, to be honest with you. You're
actually, Dan, they're in Cleveland, so I mean they're a lot closer to you.
I told you, take out the Midwest, you take out gaming.
Who's in Cleveland?
We're in Cleveland.
Really? What part? I was based in Cleveland when I worked for Continental Airlines. I lived in Middleburg Heights.
Nice.
Oh, go figure. We're actually in the Huff neighborhood right now.
Oh.
I can see the Cleveland Clinic.
I have no idea where that is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's literally right
must be going through a tunnel.
Dallas' reaction was like, get the fuck out right now.
We're going through a tunnel.
Please, just freeze.
They can't see us if we don't move.
You have to be eating chips.
Clever girl.
So that's only Dan because he blends into his paint.
Right. I have some Cherokee, but it's like 1/1000th. I mean, it's a ridiculously small amount.
Oh yeah, it's the same here. It's just because there is a federally registered relative who is on the Trail of Tears, that does make me a legal member of the Choctaw Nation.
That's cool.
Nice.
So
I have a friend that drives a Cherokee. Oh, good.
Right.
Don't go to bed. Yeah.
Mac's wife used to ride a Choctaw.
Good night, Saroj.
Good night.
By the way, I guess I should have asked the show's rating.
Sorry, Dan. I didn't mean to hijack your.
I know. I felt so. I just felt so marginalized.
How can I make it up to you? As another racial member of this podcast, how can I make it up to you?
Yeah. Facebook reparations. What's going on?
Well, okay. So, man, which of us is you know, where are we at on that social ladder? I got to figure that out. Because do I actually owe him the apology, or does he owe me the apology?
Apologize.
I think Tiffany owes the apology to everyone.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah. Way to go, asshole.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Did we ever get a rating?
I mean, if you want my frank opinion, I think Metal Jesus owes the apology to everybody.
Yeah. What the Frank?
So I actually didn't start out the show with the way I was going to, but you can swear as much as you want. I don't fucking care. So
Honestly,
this is my unfiltered show. So
Nice.
Yay.
Yay. And everybody that's on here tonight will get a crack at being on with less people in the future.
Fewer people.
Fewer people.
Less
fewer
than people.
Yes,
Listen, I'm normally the grammar Nazi, but I've had a few, this is my second one, and apparently I'm already over the hill. So.
A few or seconds. That's another thing to.
Yeah, what kind of beer are you drinking there?
Pineapple cider.
This is an Ace pineapple cider because I can't eat hops.
Oh.
You eat hops?
I get
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah, I can't. I get violently ill. The whole night's over. I mean, if somebody slips me a hop, I'm done.
The hop in typical developing beer, the pineapple takes the place of that. Is that what we're saying? Are there?
No, it's a cider.
I guess I don't know how beer is made. Pineapple cider is basically apple cider with pineapple.
Yeah, it's hard
apple
cider with a
juice
heavy pineapple juice in it. Yeah, so
Cool.
And I like the sweet ciders and not necessarily the dry ones, because the dry ones just give you that taste in your mouth like, now I need to drink something else.
How are you supposed to drink it if it's dry?
It's true.
With great difficulty.
Hey, what are those posters behind you? I'm a kind of a movie buff, but I don't recognize either one of them.
Here, let me give you a little bit of a close up, and let me.
I say one of them.
That's Revenge of the Jedi. Oh, I'm gonna highlight you, Sauarabh, here, so that you're the. There you go. You're the primary camera now.
But we can't see him.
I can't.
Now.
The one he's showing us is Revenge of the Jedi. What Return was actually called first, before George realized I can't say Jedi don't get revenge.
They're actually both side by side. It's Return of the Jedi and Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Are those originals or are they? Wow.
No, they're reprints. I got these at New York Comic Con about 4 years ago.
Nice. Oh, you know what? On the same vein as that, my son and I vehemently are just not. We don't like the title of the new Star Wars coming
with
up.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
So I also had a terrible problem with it, but I heard on a podcast in the last couple of days a reason why that would be, and it made me okay with the title. So I'm going to tell you now, and you're probably going to be okay with the title after that. So at some point in the past, this theory goes that there was someone whose last name or first name or regular name was Jedi, and somebody whose name was Sith. So we got Tom Jedi and Dave Sith. Okay. Right. Somebody.
I'm getting dumber. This is
somebody formed a cameo in the new movie.
Somebody formed a religion off of that, and since Skywalker wants the Jedi to go away, and so does Kylo Ren, Rey is going to be the first Skywalker. So it's a title, not a name.
That's perfect sense. Enough said for non-Star Wars.
Okay, no, that worked for Revan. Having the Revanites worked for me. But to think that, somewhere back in history, 10,000 years ago, there was Bob Jedi and Howard Sith, and there was one parking space right in the middle of the shared entrance of their duplex, and they were extremely powerful space wizard, and this nonsense has been going on and killing millions of people for we don't know how long, and now suddenly we need to start over with a Rey Skywalker, or I don't know who's going to be the Skywalker here.
Kylo Ren has Skywalker blood.
He does, okay.
Skywalker Knight.
By the way, there's a gross error, I believe, that needs to be corrected here. It was Larry Sith.
My apologies.
Come on, dude. Come on.
All right, I was at the wrong period of the three Sith. Yes, I went with Howard Sith instead of Larry Sith.
Howard was his younger brother. They didn't get along very well.
And that started the Rule of Two.
Exactly right.
The two of them used to gang up on Bob Jedi.
Now we're on the same page.
Okay, and that explains the two posters.
Yes.
Wait, not the West Hampton Jedi. Are you?
No.
The same.
No. The South Central Jedi.
Yeah, South Central, and then they were, and then they moved to Newark. So it's technically Newark Jedis now.
I got you. You still hear the draw on the.
Okay, so I have a much less terrible theory, and it's still just a theory, and I didn't hear it somewhere else. I just came up with it on my own, but it's less awful, which is it's just about the fact that Luke has his own philosophy, because of the fact that in the prior movie, which I know is awful and blah blah blah, but nonetheless, it's part of the canon, like it or not.
I like it.
Okay, I'll let the internet handle this.
Yeah,
I'm just going to step aside. And but one of the things they established is that Luke sort of has his own philosophy, because Luke dabbled while he was ultimately a Jedi. He dabbled quite a bit in the dark side. When the place of darkness was there on Dagobah, he was drawn to it and he passed through it. When he was fighting Vader and Palpatine he gave into the dark side, and that's actually how he beat Vader, was using the dark side. He gave into his rage, and then he had to kind of come back from that. And I know they've ditched it as non-canon, but I believe in the EU he actually did go full dark side and have to like come back from that.
He did.
And so I wonder if they're doing this sort of, well, and then in the prior movie you had Luke having all of those old Jedi tomes that all burned, and so I wonder if that's kind of what it's about, is he's creating this sort of new philosophy that the best path through the Force is to be tempered by both light and dark side.
They didn't burn, Dan. Rey put him in the Falcon.
I thought the part now admittedly I only saw it once. It's been a couple years, but I thought a good chunk of them did burn, or I don't know. There was fire in there somewhere. Was it a tree that burned? Something burned.
The tree burned. He thought that they were still in there. The tree burned, but in an earlier scene,
but she had taken them.
Yeah, you see Rey closing a drawer, and you can clearly see the text in there.
Okay, well, never mind then. I have like a Gnostic heresy for the Jedi now.
No. I 100% can follow your theory, because there's lots of conversation or snippets of conversation or mentions of the fact that the Jedi Order has grown stagnant. We saw it even with Anakin Skywalker in those horrible prequels, talking about how the Jedi Order is stagnant, not allowing for growth.
What do you mean horrible?
The horrible prequels, man. The
horrible H?
No.
Oh.
1, 2, and 3 just bad. Anyway. And we saw the absoluteness of the Sith on the other side, where there is no gray area. There is just black and white. Yeah. And in order for any Force user to grow and become meaningful and provide any sort of value in a galaxy far, far away, there needs to be a balance, which was supposed to be Luke. You're
the chosen one.
I still think Luke is the balance. By quitting.
But why? Okay, by quitting. Because an argument I've heard in the past is when Vader got rid of the Emperor and then died, that was the balance of the Force. But I'm thinking to myself, how is only having one half of it operative a balance? That's totally off kilter.
Good point. You hadn't thought about that. That's a really good point.
That's like half of that root beer bottle deep. There.
It is.
Spots.
Luke was about to bring half of this Ruby Bottle deep. That sounds really weird.
Did I lose Dallas?
No, I'm just thinking. I'm very deep.
He's half of this root beer bottle deep in thought.
More than
Luke was supposed to bring balance to the Force. At the end of Jedi, Vader comes back to the light side. He kills the Emperor. It's assumed that the Sith Order is eliminated, but that's not balanced to the Force.
No.
Well, if you look right, and where I'm with him on this is, if you look at what Luke was doing, not only did he sort of tamper in the dark side or sort of toy with it, but the Jedi versus the light side versus the dark side. Okay, so the Jedi philosophy versus the dark side in general is passion versus stoicism. It's not good versus evil. Now, they express that in the movies in good versus evil, but their philosophies are being either ruled purely by passion or being ruled purely by stoicism. And Luke was a very, very passionate character. And he was able to calm himself. He was able to stop shy of going to the lengths that Vader or Palpatine or whatever had done. But he still gave in to those passions. You know, he loved, he hated, he felt anger, he felt rage, he felt...
and so did Anakin.
I mean, yeah, and Anakin, though, he couldn't come back from that until the very, very end. You know, he lost himself to that passion. And so Anakin ended up full dark side. There was no, by the time that he was done, there was no stoicism left to him. He was just pure, unbridled rage. You know, the only thing that contained him at all was a weird codependency with the Emperor.
And Leia gets nothing. I mean, like, we didn't see any Jedi traits from Leia. We didn't.
Leia gets to fly through space, man, and then
yeah, he's a great administrator.
yeah. I mean,
good with Excel and
really knows how to file paperwork.
Well, you can't
She
look
listed under qualifications or special.
She's not a black and white character. She was one that grew much more organically. So,
Oh, wait, hang on, judges. Yeah.
That was good. I like that.
Organically. God damn.
I didn't realize we were going to go full frontal geekery right off the bat like this. It was awesome. So for those that hate, I don't put Phantom Menace and, in fact, Attack of the Clones for the saga movies is the worst Star Wars saga movie.
Sure.
But Revenge of the Sith, I have, is one of the top 3 movies.
Oh, do tell. I would love to hear your reason.
It's got everything you want. It's got how Darth Vader actually...
What is it you think I want? This is like walking to a German porn shop. And they're like, we've got everything you want.
The wand picks the wizard.
Yeah, sir, I don't think you understand my taste.
We've
I'm
got
not into scat.
the full fall to the dark side.
Okay.
We've got 2, if not more, of the best lightsaber battles on screen.
Yeah.
I will grant you the choreography in those movies was excellent. I will grant
That's
that.
a lot for
I
Hayden Christian to remember.
I have to tangent before I finish this.
Yeah, see, even the internet can't take this.
It's just like no.
This
I have
ISP
to
is
tangent real quick.
What is going on here?
The reason lots of people have a problem with the prequels is they're looking at deep down into whatever. I realized a while ago that the reason I like all of the Star Wars movies is because I'm just watching for the lightsaber battles. So as long as there's a decent lightsaber battle, it's great. Last Jedi, I was watching for the story, and I liked the way it went. But before we get to that, go back to Sith. 2 of the best lightsaber battles. We have the systematic taking down of a terrible, terrible, terrible bureaucratic system by a person who has an unparalleled amount of intelligence and is conniving.
Are you including Yoda in that? The Yoda lightsaber scene? With,
yes.
Palpatine?
You know, I agree Yoda's battle with Dooku was better.
Yeah, well, it's because...
But you can't you can't deny that the 2 best lightsaber wielders in the universe fighting each other isn't awesome.
No, you're right.
No, I don't know. I mean, I would still, as far as lightsaber battles are concerned, the what's his face, the Darth Maul battle with Qui-Gon Jinn, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, like that blew my mind. That blows my mind.
That one takes a back seat to the Yoda Dooku match.
And then you watch.
I have those reversed.
Kink.
Yoda Dooku was good just to see Yoda use a lightsaber, but in the end, it was just a Muppet doing doing spin.
Yes, there they are.
I said.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So as a longtime Muppet fan, I've seen a lot of sketches where they just launch Muppets at each other. The chickens in particular, they get shot at everything.
I love the chickens.
Yeah, they're hilarious, right? They just add lightsaber effects to any given Muppet skit. And that was, and an old man, okay, and a crippled old man who's getting harassed by this crazy green Muppet.
Essentially Muppet Treasure Island.
Yes.
That crippled old man is into death metal, or was into death metal. All right, he was in a death metal band.
Mm-hmm.
He was hardcore.
Yeah, and
okay. Back to the chickens though. Just one question.
Sure.
Rover seemed a little too friendly with the chickens. Just me, like he had a brood of like 5 chicken bitches.
Chicken bitches all the time.
Sweet chef.
Bitchkins.
I'm just saying, what was he using the nose for?
Wow.
Yeah. No, they went deep into their childhood. That's
all right. I lost control. Hey, losing control of my dog here.
Do I remember?
I caught something about chicken bitches.
Chicken bitches.
And instead I got this bitch.
I've got a rough crowd here because prequels are universally... People pick on anyone over the age of 30 picks on the prequels. Now, Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a paint by numbers story. And that's what I loved about it, because I don't want to go into a Star Wars movie. I don't want to go into the next Star Wars movie going, oh, I know what's going to happen.
No, I'll argue it was, and here's how. Okay, so there is one of the things I really hated throughout the history of human storytelling in general. I hate is interruptions by dogs, which is this. People confuse originality with contrarianism. That to simply, if everybody says white, you say black, that's originality, and that's not. That's contrarianism. And what Ryan or Rian or however you pronounce his name, Johnson, said was he said he was going to dot together the storyline, and then to subvert expectations, quote unquote, whatever you expected at any point, he flipped to the point that it became a predictable paint by numbers, except everywhere it's like a decoder ring. If it was if Q became Z once, Q became Z every time. You could see it coming. And so everything you expect. Rey must be descended from a Jedi or a Sith. Nope, she's descended from nobody. Luke's going to come in and save the day. Nope, Luke doesn't save the day at all. The good guys are going to win. Nope, the good guys don't win. I mean, once again, lay out all the plot points you would expect in that hero's journey and just invert them always on a one-for-one, white to black, positive to negative, and that was the paint by numbers he did.
And I'm not saying that he didn't do a formula. It wasn't the Star Wars formula.
Okay, I can grant that. It was not the typical, who was the hero's journey? Who's the guy that wrote that book?
Campbell.
John Campbell.
Campbell. Yeah, so it was not the Campbellian hero's journey. It was an inversion of it. So I will grant, okay, it was not the typical Star Wars story.
And I really hope that Rey is not related to anyone, because if she is, we literally have cul-de-sac wars and not Star Wars. Okay, these people live in a cul-de-sac.
Oh yeah. This is
from the old hood, trying to make.
I mean, yeah, the storyline is kind of like a riot at West Virginia family reunion. So
it's
Wait, the Tatooine Skywalkers? I'm your cousin.
It was one of the 3 last names at the Jedi Academy.
Oh, Bob Skywalker, my great.
So Tricia was asking me yesterday or the day before about all the relations, and I'm like, Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru are Skywalkers, because I'm pretty sure Owen was Shmi's son also. Do I have that right, or am I completely wrong there?
Me.
What about Smee?
That's me.
Smee's me.
Sorry, hook reference. Did we lose?
Who'd we lose?
We didn't lose anybody. Sauarabh, do you know?
I'm thinking.
Everyone is thinking, except for me,
because I took it when Owen and Anakin met. I took it when they met that Owen was a little bit younger when they met, so he could have been born shortly after Anakin got taken off of Tatooine. She was freed and got married and started pumping out kids.
And I would take it to be that, it had to be an uncle through Luke. So the uncle was a Skywalker because Luke had the last name Skywalker and Luke knew that his father was Skywalker, but he wasn't clear exactly who his father was, apart from knowing little bits and pieces about his life. So, I mean, that at least strongly implies that Uncle Owen was also a Skywalker.
I think Owen...
Okay, I'm
I want to say Owen was Anakin's stepbrother?
That's where I'm going, is that he was a stepbrother because they had different fathers, even though that Anakin didn't have a father.
Right, exactly. Anakin was the Immaculate Conception, but
magic.
No, his established last name. You ready for this? Owen's established last name is Lars.
Oh no, that's because his dad's name was Lars. So Shmi married into the Lars family.
Right.
You're talking about Lars Marge?
No, that's the wrong franchise. Wrong franchise.
Okay, so it says, according to Wikipedia.
Sweet.
Oh, here we go.
Wikipedia?
I feel like
Wikipedia.
I feel like I should be cutting myself in contrition here. But Owen Lars was a human male moisture farmer from the desert planet Tatooine. He was the son of Ica and Klieg Lars, and he became the stepbrother of Anakin Skywalker when Klieg remarried to Anakin's mother, Shmi Skywalker.
That's right. I remember now.
So they are not blood. They're not blood related.
Not bread related.
They're not brother related.
Don't forget to roll your B's when you say that. They're not bread.
Blood related.
Root beer update. We are 1 inch down.
Hey,
That's what she
Chili.
said.
Good time.
that was my line.
I'm sorry.
All right,
Stole it.
7:32 p.m.
Log it. Officially logged.
Log. I've already made 3 of those jokes. I think you missed it though.
Officially logged. That's what she said.
Ah.
How did I miss that?
Score 1 for me.
Then double.
How did I miss those?
All right, now that we've thoroughly hammered, and we can argue about Star Wars all night because I like them all in some way.
Here, let's do this. You know who the best Doctor Who was?
Wait, hold on.
Just kidding.
Staying on the Star
I'm
Wars
way
topic.
kidding. I can't even hang with that.
Knock it off.
Sorry.
Staying on the Star Wars topic, I just want to say I really appreciate that you're wearing your seagull shirt.
Stop it now.
He lived all I ever see him in are postal shirts or the Seagulls shirts.
How many seagull shirts do you have?
Just 2.
Oh.
2.
Are you a postman as well? I'm late to this.
I am. So when Dan was back talking about Anakin going through all the rage and the anger and he stopped being stoic, I'm thinking that's me every morning at the post office.
Word.
That's a real thing. The real thing.
So you're actually the last Skywalker.
No, I'm
There is another.
I'm the last Sith. I'm a stepbrother to Jim Sith, who's son to Peter.
Jim Sith is my father.
Peter Sith. Yeah, there we go. Jim Sith. So I'm the last Sith.
I see. Second cousin to Larry. I understand.
Yes.
Wow.
One of the potential names of this show now is Bob Jedi, by the way.
That's great. Yeah.
I like it. Or the Jedi family Bush.
I think he was my social studies.
The Jedi family. I gotta write that one down.
Because it sure as hell ain't a tree.
No. It's like my wife's
about my
family
family.
tree, keeps branching into each itself.
Yeah.
Like one of those bonsai.
Yeah. Some of my branches cross a little too often in the past for my comfort.
Oh my God. Yeah, wait a minute. If that was a half brother married into the mom, I'd have to doodle this out. But doesn't that create like an aunt, mom, and uncle, dad sort of thing somewhere up the line?
On live air.
Yeah.
Goodness.
We already dabbled our backside. Dark side.
Dark side.
Dark
Dabbled
side.
in.
An aunt, mom, and an uncle, dad.
That should be our band name, the Dark Side Dabblers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starring Aunt, Mom, and Uncle Dad.
And cousin brother.
Cousin brother.
Scaring me with that stuff. It's so sugary and so close to my MacBook.
That suddenly explains.
It's actually a what is it? A sister cousin. Yeah, I know somebody who's they were friends of our family, and she was dating this guy, and she had a kid with that guy, and then they broke up, but then she wanted to have another baby that was related to that baby, and the guy was like, no, I don't want to have another kid with you because we're not together. And so then she really wanted the kid to be as closely related, so she got his brother drunk and had a kid with him. So they're sister cousins.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeesh. Sorry, what?
You just killed the podcast. Everyone's just silent. now.
That's it. We're done.
Hilarious. Jaden, shut it down.
Listen, we can go with a family bush, but if we go to a circle, we've got a problem.
What if it's a circle? 'Cause that's not
You were supposed to bring balance to the Smiths.
Let's just say this family doesn't have.
Now I suddenly understand now why Anakin went for the volcano, because he's like, fuck it, now I could not possibly reproduce. This is an end to the incest. And then Luke kisses Leia and all of his work is undone.
As foretold, as prophesied.
Oh.
Yes.
All this hard work.
Do you not know much about Doctor Who, Dallas? Is that why you backed off?
No, zero. Okay, and let me tell you why. Not because I'm fascinated by it, but I want to know as little about it as possible right now. Because I have zero time in my life.
Downstairs, I am being a little too loud for the lady.
If I get involved in it, it will consume me. I know.
Are you being so loud?
So loud.
So loud.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so loud.
Well, their house is so because it's.
Oh my god.
Right.
That's good right now. That's solid.
No!
Cap down.
Get down. Whew.
That's what you said.
Saved it.
I don't think you did.
I don't think so. I don't think.
In the mud. Score. Don't.
Oh my god.
Dare.
Stop doing that.
I'm gonna put it back on.
Put the lid on, then make it go circular.
So if any of those rubber bands fall off, does your forearm fall apart?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's holding. Ow.
Now I understand.
Us male people, we have funny thing. I just put them on my hand, but when they're like 12 deep, I'm like, I can't open my hand anymore.
12 deep. Write that one down.
Writing that one.
All right, I'll write that one down. I like
about 12 deep.
That was a nice cap, Sauarabh.
No, it's just going to be 12 deep.
Hang on, let me give you a little panoramic view.
Yeah. Hey, does it recline? Is it like electric leather reclines?
It's like that.
Nice.
Oh, it's sensational.
That's fancy.
Ours recline, but they're not leather.
Sauarabh, give me 15 minutes. I'll be over.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime. We got plenty of space here.
One day I dream of having a couch. Just kidding.
Wow.
Let's see.
Chris being stingy with the furniture? What's going on there?
There we go.
Yeah, I sit on the couch and then he kicks me off and tells me that I'm not people.
Don't make fun of her dream.
Oh.
There's our pretty couch.
There's our pretty couch.
So, a cat
the legs are up because the cat was laying there when I got up.
Hang on, I got to click on it so I can say, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh.
Nice. Noise.
Oh, that blanket there? That blanket is a Darth Vader blanket.
Darth
I'm a
blanket.
nerd.
Oh, yep. And then there's my other chair.
With my Manchester United scarf on it. Woo!
It's a shame that I'm going to be watching Manchester City in the morning, though, in the Premier League.
Oh, well, I mean, we can't all be perfect. Because, I mean, if you're going to choose a team,
at least pick a different sport.
Wow,
Wow.
that's harsh.
It's the most popular sport in the world, Dan.
In the world.
In the world.
In the world.
Do you want to know what the second most popular sport in the world is?
Magic.
Hockey.
Formula One racing.
Huh.
I like magic.
Okay.
Magic.
Is that
Hogwarts.
wait.
Quidditch.
Yeah.
Quidditch. Quidditch is third.
Who did we just find out had their own racing team and like nobody knew about it?
Oh, Avenatti.
Yeah, Michael
Yeah, the
Avenatti.
lawyer. Yeah.
He's out there.
Who's Michael Avenatti?
He's the guy who was Stormy Daniels.
The lawyer.
Gotcha.
And isn't he going to jail now or something?
Yeah.
So I know he got. I know
There was a
at least.
great SNL skit on that. It was great.
Like Insider. No, it wasn't Insider Trans. Trying to hide his.
He was doing all kinds of stuff.
He was trying to embezzle Nike.
Yeah, that's right.
He was, and he was also stealing money from clients somehow. He had a few million from clients also.
Well, do you know how to tell it's cold? The lawyers have their hands in their own pockets.
Oh.
I wish I had a piece of cheese.
Listen, I'm just above dad jokes right now. If I get any drunker, they're going to descend. So just keep that in mind.
Listen. Hey.
Hello.
Sorry, Zelda.
Sorry, I have Navi Tourette's.
Hey. Kevin, you're incredibly quiet this evening.
Well, Kevin's
talking, and you guys talked over me.
Oh no! Go ahead, Kevin. You have the floor.
No, it's good.
Say something offensive and divisive.
but he doesn't because I can't hear him at all, which means he's not popping up.
About DJ.
Oh man, no, he was gonna tell us the best joke ever. I can't wait to not have DJ hear this.
I mean,
Yes, please tell us.
Do it.
aren't you guys in the same residence? Couldn't he just go over to you?
Good. I'd have to go downstairs. I'm upstairs in my podcast studio,
Not worth it.
where I've got my wonderful acoustic. What the hell
Did
was
you just
that?
call me the square after
I gotta say, man, as a tech guy, this is not optimal use of the Wi-Fi at
Is
all.
that Carla?
At all.
Oh,
And as a fellow podcaster, I've never been so upset. I've just started tearing the ceiling down.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like Chicken Little all over again.
You underestimate you overestimate how tall I am. That's just the shelf that I can reach. That's not the ceiling. I can't even reach the ceiling.
He's gigantic. Is that Arlex?
What about RLX?
Is that Arlex? The phone?
Oh, I don't know. Tricia, is it RLX?
I'll let you know in a minute.
It's a phone. Alex.
It's like
I don't know. I just bought it online.
AURALUX.
Going back
I
a
know
topic, that
I
does
play
sound like a
game
Doctor Who
called
villain.
RLX.
Well, and RLux is actually a mobile game that both my wife and I play from now and then.
Really?
It's really awesome.
I
No,
thought that was that like weird elephant thing on Dr. Seuss.
that's a half a month.
Horton?
Let's see.
Was he Here's a Who?
No, that's Horton.
That's what I said.
Oh, was he?
I
Take the
can't.
root beer out of your ears. Come
Yeah.
on now.
I can't.
That's
I
racist.
can't. I'm all filled up.
Mhm.
I'm all filled up. Oh.
You never, ever give a baby black root.
It's good for you. Puts hair on your chest.
Yeah.
Thank you. No one.
My mother raised me.
Willow all day long.
I love
So-
it. It's like the best adventure movie ever made.
It is. You know what? Val Kilmer tears it up in that movie. It's fucking
Absolutely.
Martin.
Valcomer.
Valcomer.
Welcome.
Right of the Valcomers.
Ride of the Valcomers.
How come nobody's made that band yet?
Well, going back to Phantom Menace, Willow's in it.
Yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is in the Jabba the Hutt scene.
Yeah,
They pan to Jabba, and he's standing off to the lower left.
yeah, he's in the background of the pod race.
It drives me nuts that nobody else notices. Thank you.
You're
He's also
welcome.
Wicked.
Oh, is he Wicked?
Yes, he's in the Wicked
yes.
suit.
I know for that movie they just needed like every midget they could drum up from Southern
Yeah.
California, but you know I missed my chance at fame
Yeah,
because
Are you a midget from California?
it's actually Little Midget.
The dog says hi.
Hi, dog.
Hi, dog. Dog.
I was super excited because Willow just got released on Google Play
Yeah.
recently.
Bought it on iTunes as well.
Yeah, yeah.
You are great.
I think it's fantastic. I love you, Sorsha. I don't love her. She kicked me in the face. I hate her.
I love you. That's wonderful.
Warwick Davis is actually in a lot of the Star Wars movies. I mean,
So-
I don't know what he does in most of them, but he's in a lot of them.
Kind of a little crude. Am I the only one? Can you see through Sorsha's shirt at some point? Like she's wearing something pretty sheer, and like as a kid, VHS like rewound it. Like
Rewind, man. Use the pause button. You kidding
we
me?
argued. Well, yeah, but we argued about this. We're like, no, it's a shadow. No, you can see through it, and it was a nipple.
I
And
think
you
there's
know-
a button, isn't there?
It doesn't
I just
matter.
wanna
It
say-
provided enough for the imagination, and that's all that counted.
I just want to say that yes, we had to work really hard for porn back in the day, but now it's available on the internet for free.
yeah,
I feel like
Well-
the youngins don't know the struggle.
it
No.
also does help you though for people our age to vindicate what we thought was porn because people
Oh my
have those screen caps. There was a bare boob in Return of the Jedi.
Wait,
Ooh,
So so when they first show Jabba,
okay.
he's wrestling with a
Jabba-
slave girl.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
There were.
He's wrestling with a slave girl and he's pulling on her chain. And the costume was a bit loose. And for just a couple of frames, he actually pulls her top off. And
Absolutely. This is a funny conversation because as a child, and I was going to tell on my father, but I saw him rewind that scene a few times. I never understood why until later becoming a very serious fan of my own and hearing that story. And it like clicked on me. I was like, Dad,
Yeah.
come on, Dad. Jeez, I was in the room.
No, that's not. I would have been like, yeah, that's 5.
Hey, my dad walked into the room while I was watching the Kentucky Fried Movie one time, and that was awkward.
Nothing.
Oh, no. She was being mashed up against the shower door at that point.
No.
Tricia knows because we made it that far into it when I showed her.
No, I don't remember anything about it.
It's blacked out. She's completely blacked out.
Yeah.
That's great. This is the longest we've ever talked about one subject on this show. That wasn't forced.
Kiss me like you did on Naboo.
We're talking about one subject.
Yes.
On what?
Lucas. Lucas is the common denominator. Well, no, we have J.J. Abrams too.
J.
JJ?
Yeah, Abrams.
So at work, when the trailer came out, I was like, I told somebody at work, I'm like, I'm not real happy about the title, and the guy at work was like, yeah, but it's gonna be like the finished everything. I'm like, hold on a second. I want you to think long and hard about this and tell me how many times J.J. Abrams has had a non-ambiguous ending to a movie. And he was like, oh no!
Do not see Into Darkness.
No, I do not.
So I have thought about the Star Trek movies, but if you think about J.J. Abrams' body of work, he leaves almost everything completely ambiguous.
Super 8 was wide open too.
All Cloverfield was a wide open. What else has he done? I mean, it's almost all wide open, and you're looking at
Cloverfield was the Connors.
I just feel the need to tell you guys that I do not, in fact, know what the word ambiguous means.
He was a rapper.
Oh yeah, okay.
Ambiguous.
Yeah.
Very famous rapper.
Ambiguous Smalls.
Ambiguous.
Yeah, and Biggie Smalls.
it's
country rock rap.
It's inconceivable that you don't know Rick Diculous.
I don't think that word means exactly what you think it means.
Have fun.
Drinking anger leads to hate. Hate leads to more drinking.
That sounds like working at the post office.
You should hold your beer in front of the camera and go, "You want this? Don't you
want this, don't you?
strike me down with all of your
Don't
hatred."
you want this?
Drink me down with all of your hatred. We'll be halfway to finishing the 6-pack.
Oh, I'm afraid I will be quite drunk when your friends arrive.
Now that is the movie that needs to be made.
Oh my god! Oh shit, that is great. Now I know some people haven't seen it, but I have lightsabers in the other room.
Oh shit! Like the ones that extend out, like the LED extend out.
No, like the combat ready ones.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what is it, an Ultra Saber? Because that's what I've got over to my left.
They're saber forged, but same concept. I'm gonna go get one.
Can you slice
Drunk Emperor and Luke is a YouTube skit in the making. Like,
Jesus, that would be good.
that's some merit, I think.
Nice.
Stop talking to Jesus. Nobody can hear him.
Everyone but DJ can hear him.
I like that Jesus has a sexy lean going.
Yeah, he does. He's got that sort of Last Supper reclining thing going on.
Oh, what a meal!
What
Well-
a meal.
While we're sitting here talking about Drank Sidious.
We call that the fucking I'm gonna die anyway.
Yeah.
So
It was I that went to the liquor store.
here they are off. There's 2 of the 4. I have 4 of them. And I'm so happy about this that on screen, I don't have to rotoscope these at all. This looks like it's actually rotoscoped already.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
I've worked on it and I only got 8 seconds done. I was like, fuck this. This is too
I rotoscoped somebody's fan film to see if I could do it, and I could. I got 20 seconds into it, and I'm like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah, it is awful. How 20 seconds. Yeah, how long did that take you?
More than 20
Days.
Because I said
Days?
mine, and I did about 4 hours of work for 8 seconds or so.
Now, at first I was hand doing each frame, but then I figured out how to have Photoshop auto do it if you hit a button. You just had to do one little thing and boom, it did the rest for you.
Oh, okay.
That sped it up quite a bit. But
Right.
I wanted to show this one because it's a
So where you screwed up was you didn't know there was right-click add lightsaber.
Oh wait, it's right there next to command.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my samurai hilt blade, and then this, of course, is the one that's
Samurai saber.
the dark side.
Samurai Sabes.
Samurai
Ooh,
Sabes.
that looks good. You should turn off all the lights in your room and then light that up right next to your face, and then.
I don't know if that. I mean, I can only turn off one light here. Let me get. Oh,
And what a light it is!
What a light it is.
Yeah. So this one's Ultra Saber.
Yeah.
This is a variant of Darth Malgus's blade.
What color is it?
It is battery's dead.
Oh, you got
That's my least favorite color.
That's anticlimactic, Dan.
It is anticlimactic. I
How
have
dare you
completely
bring
botched
a
this.
dead battery lightsaber?
Hey,
But well, to
Dan,
answer your question, it would have been purple if the light
I
came
have a
on.
purple
But
one in the other room. I have one of each of the canon colors.
Nice. You have a Samuel L. Jackson.
Is it?
you guys.
So you can't make the hilt.
Lightsabers.
What are you hating on us?
I'm not hating at all. I'm just making an observation.
So it's not a Samuel L. Jackson hilt, just like this one isn't Luke's green saber hilt. I just grabbed the hilts and I chose colors for each one. So
Who got the hilts?
We got the hilts.
the hilt.
The
The
hilt.
hilt.
Yeah.
The hilt is on fire.
The hilt have eyes.
The hilts have eyes.
So just so everybody is aware, if they want to be in a Star Wars lightsaber choreography movie, I have a script. There is 0 dialogue. It's all choreography. So if anyone's interested, there's extensive lightsaber fighting in it. It's
Jeez.
only going to be like 10 minutes long.
Nice.
Everyone's going home. Just kidding.
It's my first 100% complete script. Now, granted, like I said, I don't have any dialogue in it.
I was gonna
All
say
the dialogue is almost like you see.
Okay,
Malcolm.
so
Yeah.
calling 10 minutes 100% complete is kind of like calling 6 pages a full novel. So I think you've got about another hour 50 to go.
No, the lightsaber choreography contest itself, which is what I wrote it for. You're only allowed to have so long of a movie. So I wrote it specifically for that. I left it a little open-ended so that if I want to do an expanded thing, it can be done.
Gracious.
Wow.
Somebody's got a worse dog problem than I do.
What the fuck is going on there?
My wife just got home and my dogs are going bananas.
I love bananas.
Oh my goodness.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Dan did it.
That was for the I Love Bananas, by the way. It was
I was
hard
gonna
to
say it, but then I thought since I started it, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this for somebody else to. I can't start and finish my own joke.
I am so sorry.
It's really cold in the
Um,
office.
Hi, Mrs. Dallas.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Come say hi.
No, it's
You would
okay.
not be
Oh,
shocked at how often this happens on a live broadcast.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm sure it happens all the time.
Gigantic.
Hi, Mrs. Dallas. Hi,
This is Hannah.
daughter. Is that?
This
I only
is
got, there we go. I only had fractions.
Fractional family. Now we need
This
to
is
go.
medium
Goodbye.
There's big daughter, little daughter, medium daughter.
Medium daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for an extra 25 cents, you can
That's what
upgrade.
I said.
I was waiting
So
for it.
I used to work for
It's little.
a guy, a supervisor. Well, I used to work with a supervisor, and he had a shirt that was really tight. Now, he wasn't unfit, but it was really tight. So I started calling him extra medium.
Ooh,
He hated it, but I don't know how many other people do it, but I know somebody else calls him extra medium, and it drives him up the wall.
Nice.
that's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, you get Miss Cleo for a little bit more.
You get extra medium. That's good. That's good. I like that. You had to invest in that one a bit to get there, but you know
I'm
what?
trying to think of a second, like.
Yeah. Okay.
I knew
I
that
have to give Dallas credit, though. He went in, he kept going, and he
Yeah.
said,
That's right. That's commitment, right?
And that's what she said.
No.
He went in, he kept going, and he finished.
That's 5. I think that's what she said.
Yeah.
Not including the.
For those of you that are new to the show, in an hour when the show ends, I do stay on for a little bit after if we want to have an after show. Nobody listening to this cares right now. Well, actually, they do. I've actually had requests. Can you put out the after show? I'm like, I'm not recording it, dummies.
Yeah, asshole.
Hey, whoa! All 4 of our fans are now offended. All right.
I'm sorry, guys.
Although I have to say, Dan, the episode you were on is the most downloaded podcast and most watched on YouTube that we've had. And I have to thank the Fear of the Boot fans for that.
Nice.
Well, if you want, I can cost you about half your listener base with a single joke.
Uh-oh.
Let's do it.
I'm all about that base.
Mute him right now.
I can see you. Blink.
Seriously.
Okay, you want it?
Yeah.
I dare you.
Okay, I will not name the person because I don't know if they want to be named. But somebody sent me a picture of Quasimodo singing "The Roof Is on Fire."
Oh my God. Good job.
Nobody from France is watching this. And if they are, they're like, what a bunch of dumb Americans.
I'm like experiencing the miracle of life right now. This is incredible. He's like kicking Tiffany's ass.
Yeah, well,
Tummy.
I was going to say, that's quite a kick if he's kicking her ass.
I know. You got his foot stuck.
Come on, all of a sudden start kicking back. Is that what's going on?
yeah.
I love your tattoo.
Oh, dude, thanks. So I wanted a tattoo all my life, but I have a super fear of commitment. Dude. But so I wanted something that like really resonated through my whole life. And I remember that this has been with me since I was a kid. You know, it's been on just about everything I've ever loved. Besides, that is not a person. And now it's gone. Oh, I have herpes.
So
Oh,
for my
That's how you get herpes, right?
For my birthday, I got the cross-gen sigil as a tattoo.
Nice.
I got it a little bit smaller because I didn't know if it was gonna. If I didn't know if I was gonna want any more tattoos, so I'm like, let's not commit to something gigantic. But now that I've got it, right before we take vacation, I'm gonna add metal wings around the like wings of knives around the logo, and I'm gonna put Shazam's logo right below it. And then I'm either going to get the Doctor Who 80s logo, which is a neon sign, or I'm going to get the Cyberman logo, which will immediately identify me as a classic Who fan and a fan of the Cybermen, which I am.
The deep cut.
It is a deep cut.
This is starting to sound like the tattoo version of Bukkake.
Hey, you ask my wife. I got this first
Oh,
tattoo.
no, I'm not asking your wife anything about Bukkake. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
She got a tattoo when I was done, and while she was getting a tattoo, I was already thinking maybe I should get another one while I'm here.
yeah, just in case.
Oh, that's
What is it? You got to
God,
talk.
I can't hold my hand the right way. It's just a cat.
That's what she said.
Here. Is
yeah, it's a line drawing of a cat.
Okay.
that better?
Pretty.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, it's cute.
It was literally, I'm on Pinterest while he's getting his tattoo. And then I'm like, hey, this is cool. I'll get this.
Can you make it meow?
Oh.
No.
No.
It doesn't have a mouth.
No, it has carpal tail.
Carpal tail. She's going to
My-
get it so that there's more tail attached. She wasn't very happy with the tail.
Nice.
I could use more.
Well,
tape.
I found different versions of it. I want to get all my tattoos are gonna be cat versions of stuff that I like. So I want to get a weeping angel tattoo for Doctor Who because it's my favorite villain. Like his is the Cybermen.
Doctor Who.
And oh, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. So I'm going to get Hello Kitty as a weeping angel
Nice.
Yes.
at some point,
I
because
see.
then it'll be a cat version.
Now, I know
Wow.
we've seen Dallas's tattoo, and I know that I've seen Tiffany's tattoos, or some of them anyway.
I only have 2.
Metal Jesus.
I was gonna say, have you?
Well, they're visible. I have one on
Yeah,
my.
well, that's
there.
why I knew. Sauarabh, do you have tattoos?
I don't, but eventually I will get one.
You've been saying
And I know that
Yes, I know. Kevin, I've been saying that for
Little
a
Jesus
decade
has
now.
tattoos. I know about that. Dan, do you have any tattoos?
No, I do not.
So, do you not want them, or were you like me, where you were not sure if you would like the whole needle in the arm scarring thing?
It's not that. I think it's more of an issue of, it used to be a statement to have a tattoo. It's gotten to the point where the statement is to not have one.
That was my
Make a statement
So
in the first place.
I'd gone 43 years without a tattoo, and then I'm like, I need to do this before I die. So I got
Because
one.
it used to be like, if you want to be the counterculture outsider or whatever, you got a tattoo. And now it's like, I don't know.
Only
I guess-
sailors get tattoos.
Well, I do. I occasionally keep just a repertoire of tattoo ideas that I use as counter threats. So, like, if I'm dating someone or whatever, and they're talking about getting a tattoo that I think would be terrible, I'll start describing the facial tattoos I'm thinking about getting. And
Can I interject here and say, because I think this is a safe space, this is a Lucas-friendly space, a Spielberg-friendly space. Right now, Sauarabh, with your lighting, you look like from Indiana Jones 3, The Last Crusade. You look like the brother from the cruciform sword. If you let me go, I will tell you where your father is.
Yeah,
Why do you?
he does have it. He does have it.
Jones, how's yours?
Oh yeah! My soul. Yeah, that's wonderful.
My decision to get tattoos at this point is get all the geeky things that I love. So I went with the CrossGen logo. That's the logo for a defunct comic book company that I loved while it was still out. I love Doctor Who. I like Angel from the X-Men, but I only like him when he went to his death form, which means he's got metal knife wings. Shazam is my favorite superhero. I love Doctor Who.
I thought that was his Archangel form, was the metal wings.
Well, they started calling him Archangel to define him different.
Because I know he was the Horseman of Death or whatever.
Yeah, he was the Death Horseman at that point. So that's when I loved Angel. And I loved the wings. The wings totally drew me in. And I don't really like the X-Men. So beyond that, I need to get swords on my body. And there's 3 swords I want. There's the Green Destiny. There's the Atlantean sword from Conan movies, and then there's a lightsaber I got to put on, and then beyond that,
What about Master Sword?
Ooh, yeah.
Thank you.
Which sword?
The Master
The
Sword.
Master Sword?
Da-na-na-na.
No, see, I don't want a pixel. That's not.
It's
So
dangerous.
you're not going to go all Minecraft with your tattoos.
No.
Yeah.
Nah, boo.
I
Nah,
have to
boo.
make
We're back
to
to
make
Star Wars
Minecraft,
again.
Cat toys yet. That's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm sewing cat toys.
Oh.
My brother got a tattoo of over here. It starts Mega Man, but he's all pixelated, and he's shooting his gun, and after you get past all the dots on the other side is Pac-Man.
So the guy that sold me this hilt,
I have.
he has tattoos, and we were talking. There's Pac-Man goes. We were talking about his tattoos, and one of his tattoos is all the dice, all the sided dice on his arm. And he had something else, and he's like, I don't want faces on my body. And that made me think, do I want faces on my body either? So should I go with things that are just representative of things and not actual faces?
Did anyone break it to him? He already has one?
He
Other
had a sucker.
okay.
It was a sucker from a Halloween movie, from a Trick or Treat movie or something. That's what it was, DJ. It was a sucker, a piece of candy from.
Oh.
Is there a horror movie called Trick or Treat?
Yes. It's a good. Actually, one of the better Halloween, scarier movies. It's a delight. If you ever get a chance, you should watch it.
And so there must be some sucker
There is.
That's what his tattoo was.
Interesting. Anna Paquin's in it too. It's fantastic.
Anna Paquin is great naked in True Blood.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're she like teases being, or maybe you get some side boob.
No, she's full on frontal nudity in one of the episodes.
But I'm sorry, I was talking about the Trick or Treat movie. I think
Oh.
it was before True Blood, leading up to her foray into full frontal. She's like,
So-
I don't know.
So everything we're talking about comes back to boobs.
Yes,
Always.
Crystal truth.
Sorsha, Anna Paquin.
The lady from the slave girl from Jabba's
Yeah,
palace.
exactly.
Yeah.
I got to write that down. Everything comes back to boobs.
Queen Amidala, but in different movies.
Yeah.
Wait, which one does she
Queen
make it in?
Amidala was-
Natalie Portman.
Yeah, what's she
Yeah,
getting
when
naked in?
Black Swan.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
Super black.
Hang on a second, guys. I'm down. I got to download Black Swan.
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
I'll have to check Mr. Skin or something now.
And Mila Kunis.
You're breaking my heart.
You're going down a path I can't follow.
Oh, did you kill younglings?
Everything is going the way I have foreseen.
What's in your wallet?
You should done that yourself.
I have the high ground, Anakin.
What's in your wallet?
What's in your wallet? That's great. Well, this went to a dark place.
Yeah. It was a good time. We dabbled in the dark side.
Yeah.
So I want to say at one point, somebody kept posting things somewhere I was at about all these celebrities that were naked. And you just had to Google it. So you'd Google the naked photos. And what I started to notice was a different celebrity's head on the same naked body over and over and over again. So I'm thinking, and one of them was black and the body is white. So I'm like, that doesn't even match the race. You're not even trying at this point.
On the subject of side boob, my wife and I were just scrolling through movie trailers last night, and I watched the trailer because I know it's wildly unpopular. I love the Kevin Costner movie, The Postman.
I do too.
And so
I think it is a wildly underrated movie.
Yeah, it really
And I have to pause you for a second because the name of my memoirs is now on the subject of side boob.
On the subject of side boob.
But in that, after the podcast, you got to check it out. Go watch the trailer for The Postman, and there is full on. It's not Juliana Margulies. I forget who's in it, but it is like, hey, boob. And I was like, wait, they showed a boob on a trailer. They showed a boob on a trailer. What's with all these boobs on the trailer?
Oh, you get those Red Band trailers now. Yeah, like the trailer for Straight Outta Compton had a ton of nudity in it.
Yeah, but this one, I mean, when did The Postman come out? 92?
Oh, yeah, it was 90-something, I guess.
Yeah. And they had one of the better versions of Come and Get Your Love in that movie, far before Guardians.
I don't remember the soundtrack to Postman. I liked it because I thought it was one of the most plausible takes on a post-nuclear world I've seen.
Oh, absolutely. Not only that, and yeah, the fact
Haven't
that
seen
the
it.
Postal Service would connect people.
What did he say?
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it.
Haven't seen it. Haven't seen The Postman?
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Kick him out.
Wait, aren't you a postman yourself?
Being a postman, you should have seen The Postman.
That's like saying I haven't seen the guy with the giant dick show.
Hold on a second. I want to tell you for a moment. I want to say for a moment that think about who's in the movie. Kevin Costner.
Did
you
you
like Kevin Costner?
Did you not go to postal training? I'm pretty sure they showed it.
It's a prerequisite.
Kevin Costner's accent for like Robin Hood, for instance, is exactly the same as his normal accent.
Oh, come on, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Unlike other British actors.
Unlike other British actors.
That movie was not good.
I liked it. I still like it.
Well, the movie thinks that you're not good.
Yeah.
So.
Wasn't Isaac
Say that.
Hayes like the... No, that was the...
Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, not Isaac Hayes, so that would be hilarious.
Man,
Shut your mouth, boy. But I'm talking about Robin Hood.
And I'm going to talk about penguins for the next 2 hours.
That's not a bad Morgan Freeman.
Titty sprinkles. Okay, I'm glad somebody else here's seen that meme.
It's impossible not to do that.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Well, you see, he's carrying 3 people. I'm carrying 3 people. He just got himself.
He's got only himself.
Dufresne again. I hope to meet him and shake his hand. I hope that the Pacific is as blue as it's been in my dreams.
And a Dufresne. Yeah.
I hope
Oh!
stops itching soon.
The whole thing. Oh my God. What was the name of the town?
Fort Hancock, Texas.
No, where he made that
Oh,
cross.
Zihuatanejo, man.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the one.
Oh, I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
Are we still talking about titty sprinkles, or have we moved
I
on? I mean,
know what I'm talking about. I'm still laughing at
I'm
titties.
always talking about titty sprinkles.
I wonder if Andy Dufresne likes titty
On the
sprinkles.
subject of side boob.
I want to say on a side note, our #1 watched video on this channel is how to hide porn on your iPhone. It's
how
got
to hide porn
1,500 views.
how to hide
I
porn
like-
on your iPhone.
And I want to say,
Oh,
for the record, I do tell people how to hide porn on their iPhone in the first 5 minutes.
Well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, otherwise, I'd feel
I
you're
wanted
opening
to
yourself.
deliver on the promise.
Okay, so I want you to know that where you failed, or you succeeded, I should say, is in making that video too late. Do you know how many problems you could have saved Jennifer Lawrence by putting that video out just a little bit earlier?
With her freckle on the right boob. I mean, I've never seen those
her problem was sharing. Well, her problem was hiding her nudies on her phone. I don't have any nudies of me on the phone. Nobody wants them either.
Oh, right.
I mean, after show.
So I'm 4 into a 6-pack right here.
Good for you. Congratulations.
Congratulations. I like to dip those in bean dip.
Nice.
By the way, how are we doing on the A&W soft drink? Where are we at?
We are 2 inches down. It
Jesus, easily.
That's what she said.
going strong.
Is that theory that this is an inch right here? That
Wait, hold on.
from
No,
tip to-
it's supposed to be the distance on your finger between the knuckles.
between the knuckles.
Between the knuckles.
Sorry.
On the topic of side boob.
1. Yeah, you got a solid 2 inches.
Yeah.
So on the totally inappropriate workroom floor talk about sizes of penises of everybody the other day, I said my penis is a firm 1 inch, and they're all like, "What?" And they all start laughing. I'm like, "But it's 4 inches thick," and they're all like, "Whoa!"
Like a skull can.
Like my grandpappy used to say, I may not hit the back, but I'll stretch the shit out of it.
I like your grandpappy.
Sir, this is
Like the captain of the Titanic said, I'll make it so nobody else wants it.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was going to break apart in half. Down to a watery grave.
Oh, man.
Good God. Oh, my God. We went from Star Wars. What?
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris, something about Mary. Chris Elliott, without your glasses.
Chris, who's Chris Elliott?
You.
Yeah,
Without your
actor,
glasses.
famous
Oh,
actor.
I see it. I see it.
Thank you. I don't feel alone now.
I got to put them on to Google Chris Elliott.
There you go. His daughter, Abby Elliott, was on Saturday Night Live.
Who you also like.
Chris. Oh, my God. Chris.
Tiffer.
Tougher.
Ooh.
Bless you.
You.
You want to?
Oh, my God. This guy's a freak in everything he's in.
Well, okay.
That should be a compliment, right?
Something about Mary was not an exception to that statement.
Yeah, he got boils because he was thinking about Cameron Diaz, who ruined every movie I love. Fuck Cameron Diaz. There, I said it.
Diaz.
Right?
Said it.
Wasn't she in Shrek? Wasn't she?
He fucked it up.
Yeah.
That movie
Fuck
would have been
her in that
immaculate.
too. Fuck Cameron Diaz.
Gangs in New York would have been the cinematic perfect movie with that.
Yeah, I did not like her in Gangs in New York at all.
Jesus Christ, she was awful. The Mask, fuck that.
I love the mask.
He should have been wearing the mask.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
like
mask
Cameron
and not the
There,
bag.
we got her.
We got her.
Cameron Diaz taken down. Taken down?
Take
Token down.
Token down.
Token down, yo.
Burn.
Merp? What?
God, I want a lightsaber.
Hey, this hilt right here, it's $100.
Only descendants of Bob Jedi get lightsabers.
Here.
Only descendants of Bob Jedi get lightsabers.
Let me see if I
Come
can.
down to Bob Jedi's saber emporium.
Is that the microphone you're using?
No.
No, we were
It's
gonna.
the
But
microphone that we have.
That is fucking epic.
yeah, I have like 3 or 4 condenser mics sitting here. I wanted to set up sound and lights, and Tiffany's like, "We have 3 minutes." I was like, "MacBook Pro camera."
Trish, we're going down to Coos Bay and we're gonna podcast from Dallas's house.
Yeah, man. You guys are absolutely welcome.
I've had amazing.
And by the way, I didn't say this in the beginning. Thank you for having us on. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's been and
a holler.
And a holla.
In addition to a hoot.
And I'm typically not your holla back girl, but
today it will be.
So I only knew Tiffany, but she's like, if I do this, I'm gonna have to go over to my friend's house. And I'm like, well, he's allowed on. I mean, I don't have any opposition to it. And I'm like, does he think like us? And she's like, I'm not friends with people that don't think like us.
That's a good point. Yeah. I peed on Tiffany. She is officially my best friend.
Well, my best friend didn't show up today. Bob.
Oh man.
Jedi.
But my actual best friend is on. My actual best friend is on.
Dan,
you're real.
Dan, what kind of headphones are you using?
Nice recovery, DJ.
Man, I have no freaking idea, to be honest. My main recording stuff's all upstairs. I'll find out for you. But my main recording stuff's all upstairs. The problem with the studio is there's no lighting.
Wait, hang on. Dan, just turn your head sideways and go really close to the camera, and we'll tell you what kind.
Okay.
Is that M audio or
Mountainside?
Mountain headphones. That's the Canadian Mountie headphones, the preferred headphones of the
Canadian Mounties.
Oh yeah. Oh, those headphones, eh?
Hey, Dan is a big time podcaster. It was a good get to get him on here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like I said, the episode of this show before this show that Dan was on is my most downloaded show.
Dan, what's your other podcast for those who don't know?
Fear the Boot. All one word. Fear the Boot.
I swear to God, I thought you said fear the boob, and I was like, whoa.
No. It's a T. It ends with a T.
There's so much boob conversation in this.
I know.
No, it's a role playing game podcast, and I was looking for ideas, and their podcast came up. I think I've been listening since 175-ish, somewhere in there.
That still goes back quite a ways. It's been 13 years now.
Maybe it's in the 200s. I clearly remember episode 200, and I clearly remember episode 300 way earlier than it was supposed to be.
Yeah, that's because we kept fucking up the every 100 episode thing. So we just kind of stuck at episode 1000. We're going to go into space with Richard Garriott. So that's our way of making sure we stop at 999.
Look out for the black hole.
Yeah.
No, I'd look out for Richard Garriott. That dude's completely flipping insane.
So for my gets, my 2 RPG gets are Dan, because he leads Fear the Boot, and Eddie Webb, because Eddie was like, sure, I'll come on. That's great fun.
The inventor of the internet.
Eddie Webb?
Yeah. It's in the
No, that's Al Gore. I can't get Al Gore on this podcast. He's a tubes. He won't fit.
No, Eddie Webb, if you can track him down. Now he's got a lot going on. He's kind of flighty and whatever. Eddie Webb's a good guy. I think we've had him on. I think.
Oh, did you get the batteries in there?
Yeah, that's not doing it because this thing uses like these really weird like super batteries. Like they look like AA's, but they're not.
What?
It looked like
I wouldn't know where to find that.
You have to order them special. So I tried just putting regular AA's in there to see if it would work, and doesn't work well.
It looks like a Mexican firework.
A Mexican fire, that'd be awesome.
Wait, what do those batteries go in?
For the lightsaber.
The batteries that Saberforge gives me are huge.
No, these are the exact same size as a double A, but they're not double A's. They're something else.
You guys are gonna love this.
Lowercase a.
So this is the
Double A in
battery. And
lowercase.
it's bigger than my finger.
That's what she said.
Jesus.
So Tiffany would love it deep inside her.
Oh God.
Cider, like the. Sorry, she would like it deep in pineapple cider.
Oh, gotcha. That makes more sense.
Okay.
Is it a hard cider?
It's always a hard cider.
It's never not.
The only thing that's missing is it's not a Dickens cider.
Chuck Dickens is the name.
Sweaty wiener.
Smoking a pancake.
Bonging a blitz.
Sweaty balls.
Then there's no pleasing you.
Hey, not when it's 4 inches thick. There's no pleasing.
Are you? What kind
Once
of?
you've been in there, it's ruined. Wrecked him. I fucking destroyed him.
Damn near killed him.
What kind of light are you using? Is it just a standard, like a table lamp, or is it like a for real?
In mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a desk lamp. And so when I recorded my audio show, I just had the overhead light on, and since I'm only recording audio, I was like, that doesn't matter. But man, if I actually do a video, I'm going to need something facing me because I was so dark.
Yeah, I've looked into those circular lights because I like the way they hit your retinas. And as an aspiring podcaster, as an aspiring podcaster, I was going to pick your brains about audio versus audio and video. Because again, when Tiffany said,
we totally need to talk after the show.
Absolutely. When Tiffany said, hey, I got a buddy of mine, he does a podcast, I immediately thought, because I listen to 4 or 5 different podcasts, mostly stand-up comedians. Yes.
You're going to listen to this one now.
Yeah, absolutely. I was, so in my head, I had this preconceived notion of just a purely audio podcast. And then I was like, well, is he coming over? And she's like, no, he's in Portland. And I was like, all right, this got more difficult. And then he's like, video cameras. I was going to set up GoPros and all this stuff. So
that would have been great. So, spoiler alert, this is episode 150, which means you have 140 episodes to catch up on.
I'm going to do my homework.
Or 149.
They are all on YouTube.
Yeah,
What?
that's what I just said.
Yep.
Or 149.
What did I say?
140.
All right.
DJ, you're cut off. No more hard cider.
I might have to cut off the hard cider.
Yeah, I think you're more than a few deep now.
He was saying 140 no in German. So 149.
Nine.
149 episodes to catch up on, yeah. Now, I will warn you that somewhere in the 130s and 140s, there's a few sting.
That's all right. You know, any endeavor.
Is a what?
They're in the 130s and 40s, there's a few stinkers. But the really early ones are gold because all it is me and Bob talking, and it's great. And then the video shows where we're talking and my wife is cooking, which I wanted to happen this time, but she didn't want to cook
That'll
anything.
do it.
I'm too busy. I
That's
have too much
ruined my
work to do
immersion.
right now.
That would ruin your
no,
immersion?
it's ruining my immersion right now. She's not cooking.
Listen, asshole. Cat toys are a serious business, okay?
No, they are
there a-
serious fucking business.
I'm on a show with a male man, a female man, a woman that's not cooking. I'm the same color as the paint. This is a fucking mess.
And the guy from Indiana Jones.
Yeah, the guy from Indiana Jones.
Yeah, get your show together.
Do you guys know the store Made in Oregon?
Yeah.
Have you seen? Okay.
Uh-huh.
They saw me on the internet and want to carry my products.
Nice.
Wow. Good job.
So that's the bigger of the more recent people who sell my stuff.
What one are you making right now?
What? Sorry, what?
Which one are you making right now? Can we see it?
I'm still making cat.
Is
They
it
ordered
avocado.
Avocado.
It's an avocado.
Yeah.
They ordered 146 cat toys for their initial order to see if they
It's like
see how they go, I guess.
too.
So
So and spoiler alert before she can show them while they go. Spoiler alert: if she gets more orders than her and the friend that she just got to come over every once in a while can handle, I'm going to cut back to 8 hours a day at work. And then if she gets more than that, I might have to retire early to help her with the store full time.
You're going to be like the Elon Musk of cat toys.
That would be fantastic. Good luck.
Yeah. Somebody game the system. Yes.
Somebody's body is breaking down, and I don't want to give any hints, but it's me.
But it starts with a D and it ends with an EJ.
Yes.
Well,
who?
Here's the sunflowers.
Oh,
nice.
There's also and these are a little bit done. There's a pineapple.
That's what DJ's drinking.
It is.
Confused.
And then this bag, these are going to a cat rescue in California, and they're not done either yet. But here's a cupcake, and let's see, a cloud and a raindrop set.
Wow.
And let's see
how do
what
they
this
stand
is.
up against actual like? Have you field tested them? Like, oh, no, this fabric isn't going to work, or this comes apart, or
I've made thousands of these. Yeah. So if
the Pac-Man ghosty.
Yep, I got lots of those.
Oh, it's a Pac-Man ghosty. I thought it was Cubert. When you
No.
look at the camera, it looks like
that
Cubert.
would be another good one. I also have I make a cat head shaped Deadpool.
Oh.
And I make the Star Trek Delta.
Yes.
In blue, yellow, and red, and then instead of whatever symbol goes in the center, I just put a cat head in it.
Can I suggest? Can you make like a really specific, like Tasha Yar, Star Trek?
How would she do that?
Just like a woman and a red with the emblem, and then just name it the Tasha Yar blonde. And
I want to make Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh, good job.
And I want to put like the green round earrings in the cat ears and like the little doily thing around the neck, or else glasses somehow. And then I want to do Freddie Perkery, which is going to be a cat head with a big mustache.
So, and let me tell Dallas that a Tasha Yar is not going to be as detailed as you think. It's going to be more of like a minimalist poster where there's like a hint of hair. A hint of hair, and then the gold uniform with the tiniest indication that there's a Delta on the uniform.
Less is more.
Okay.
I mean, on the topic of side boob.
Yeah.
On the topic of side boob, which is my memoirs. Remember, it's the first book of my memoirs, because there's going to be multiple editions.
Of memoirs?
I have an Etsy page if you want to see pictures of more stuff.
Yes, send him an Etsy stuff, but you'd have to know Tiffany's number, and I'll send you that. I'll send you that number.
I have Tiffany's number.
1-900-976.
Well, I can also tell you the website.
I'm pretty sure it's 867-5309. Is that right?
That's pretty close.
I'm on Etsy right now.
You have the 5 and the 3.
So Tricia is spelled Tricia.
Oh, CIA.
Yep.
Yes. Spelled correctly.
So yeah, the shop name is Tricia Made This, all one word.
Sweet, my phone logged
MAID.
Nope.
I'm kidding.
That's the Japanese term.
Tricia made this. Be like, no, I'm not claiming that. He's made it.
Yeah, made it. Oh
shit! It's all one word.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say that 3 times?
I also sell through a local business called Tender Loving Empire. But if you're not in Portland, that probably doesn't mean anything to you. But they also have 5 locations, plus one in the airport, or one of their 5 locations is in the airport. 2 of the Made in Oregon locations are in the airport, and then they're in Portland and something on the coast. I can't remember. Some town by water.
So wait a
wanted
minute.
to-
Wait. Why would you? Okay, so this is why would you sell this stuff in an airport? Because I've thought a lot of things in an airport. I've never thought, shit, I need something for my cat right now.
Yeah, I said I was.
But you
have no idea of how many people say exactly that, because they'll sell my entire order in a week at their one airport location, and it's in one of the concourses after you have to go through the security. So if you think about it, like only a quarter of the people that go into the airport even get to that store, and then of course they have to own a cat or a dog.
Yeah.
And then
it doesn't help that the airport is Burbank International.
Yeah.
No, God, it's dead on arrival. Burbank, folks. I'll be here all week.
Oh, fail.
I did. Somebody from Singapore had bought some of my cat toys, and apparently they got thrown out by accident when they got home. So they contacted me on Etsy. So then I had to open up my shipping to worldwide. So I've sold to Singapore a few times, France and Germany so far, which I don't know. It kind of baffles me.
Germany, crazy. We want your cat toys.
Germany actually bought upcycled business cards from me, which was really strange because I also, on my Etsy page, you'll find upcycled business cards, and it's literally me cutting food boxes into business card sized chunks, and then people pay me for them.
So wait, so like on one side it's my name and phone number, on the back it's like Lucky Charms?
Yes. But they're blank, so you have to put your name and phone number on the one side.
Wow.
So
it's a Lucky Charms box cut up that I have to fill out.
Correct.
So you're sending me paperwork.
I am sending you my garbage
I've never
cut up into small pieces, and you've paid me for it.
Maybe this is the difference between Europe and Missouri, but I've never gone into a grocery store and bought a General Mills product and been like, fuck, I cannot wait to get home and fill this out.
Word.
Hey, people do. People do.
You know what? Hey, I'll tell you what I
hundreds and thousands of those business cards to people. I sell them constantly.
Order 1,000. You're like, go fuck yourself. 1,000. You know how long that's gonna take?
You know, I'll tell you what I tell every artist. I don't have to understand it. More power to you. I want you to be successful. I want you to make $1 billion on what you are doing. I don't have to understand it,
I like is that you've called me an artist.
Well, no, I think it is. It's absolutely art.
When I lived in North Dakota, I was a person who couldn't get a real job. And since I've lived in Portland, I've been called an artist more times than I can count.
Well, you are.
And I do the same thing. So it's...
I mean, I don't know what else I would call it. I mean, if you only did sewing, I could maybe say you're a seamstress, but I don't know what other name I would give it. But no, I have lots of friends who are artists of all kinds of different types, particularly visual artists. I'm always really impressed by people that can paint or draw or whatever. I can't do it, but I love talking to those people, hearing how they work. I love commissioning custom stuff from people of various things. And sometimes when I get to talking to them and I find out where they're making their bread and butter and what they're selling, I'm like, wow, that sounds really stupid. But right? I want you to be successful, because if you won't be successful, then you're not going to be around to keep producing.
Well, I told my mom one time, because my brother moved out here too, and my brother is a developer for Nike, and so he's all computer everything basically. So I said, when people ask you what do your kids do in Portland, you can say that one of them is a highly skilled, highly paid developer for, this global company called Nike. And the other one cuts her garbage into 2.5 by 3 inch squares and mails it to people, and they pay her for it.
Nice.
So I said, nice
No, I think there's a
difference
better way you
between
could
the
put
two of
it.
us.
I would have them tell people that you sow weed into objects and mail it to people discreetly.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I ask you a question? The light switch in back of you, the first switch to the left and the third switch are up. The middle one appears to be down. Why down?
No, the middle one actually is up. It's a dimmer switch.
It's depressed.
It's not as smart.
No, it's not as
Just
smart.
a little
It's a little
sad.
slow. We have to help it dress.
Yeah.
As a special school. Fortunately, the state sends somebody to take care of it during.
That they have those programs now.
Yeah.
You're doing the Lord's work, Dan.
I am. Every time I bring in a special needs bit of wiring.
I had to go undrink a drink, and I realized that
undrink my drink.
Yeah, that's right. That's peeing. So I have to say that I am not safe to drive anymore, but I'm not what I would consider drunk.
Well, do you normally, like midway through the podcast, just bump off and move it to the car? I mean, put the phone on the dashboard and just
road trip.
put the phone on the dashboard, go around the neighborhood, see what you can get up to.
I'm trying to give everybody a sense of how loopy I am right now.
The one thing, DJ, though, the one thing that you need to consider is that we now own a home with a staircase, and you're upstairs, so
don't drive downstairs.
Probably don't come down here.
I think I'll make it because there's a handrail.
You could get like one of those large Tupperware bins, the lids to it, and sit at the top of the stairs.
Hells yeah.
That's what I'd be doing all day long.
Or a big old sheet of cardboard and just ride that. Yeah, get all of her business cards, like, and she sews. Have her sew them together into a cardboard sled that you can ride down those stairs like a heavy metal Santa Claus.
Oh my God! I'm pretty sure there's the box to the dishwasher or something in that room with DJ.
There is.
We saved one of the boxes from our appliances, so he's got a nice box that he can sled in.
You know, well, wait a minute. You got that TARDIS thing there. Put yourself in the TARDIS, tip it over, and just see how it works out.
He paid $80 for that.
Well, he better get $80 of use out of it.
Look, this thing, you can see the top and the bottom, or it's not that big.
Bigger on the inside.
That's what she said.
But, oh my God. But she's not bigger on the inside.
For the 8:30 root beer checkup, we are at 2.5 inches.
Well, her eyes aren't like this, so I think we're doing all right so far.
You should slow down.
The most sugar I've ever consumed
That's
in my
been
life.
your root beer checkup here with Tiffany. Tune in next week when we
dip our hull in it.
I have a feeling that tomorrow we're going to get a message on the Facebook Messenger chat that DJ has seriously injured himself sledding down his stairs in a cardboard box.
You know what?
Now, hold on.
Hold
on.
You record that. You record that.
The great big box that she is referring to, I am saving to try to make a decorative backing to it. However, before I do that, I need to fix the heat that's coming off the light that's shining in my face because it is warm.
You look a little sweaty.
I'm actually great because there's a fan blowing behind me. So even when I have to be like right here, which gives me the shiny forehead part. But
hey, I tried to put makeup on you.
You didn't try to put makeup on me tonight.
Oh,
Should I?
Yeah.
I like how
Put makeup on me. Bring it.
Oh, make him kawaii or how do you pronounce that?
Put makeup on him.
What'd you say, Kev?
She's just going to take the shine off my head.
I like how
I'm an artist, guys. I'm not a miracle worker.
Hey, hang on. Well, a guy who is a miracle worker is trying to talk. We're about to have a red letter statement. Go ahead, please.
I'm just saying I like how he qualified that statement with tonight.
I didn't try to put makeup on him tonight yet.
I didn't get to hear it, but hopefully this comes through on the regular show.
You don't have to, DJ. You don't have to. It's okay.
It was very flattering. Just leave it at that.
I know Metal Jesus, and it was not flattering.
Sure it were.
He gives me a thumbs up. Okay. Oh God. Here.
Let's do his T-cone.
No, wait. If you talk, his screen goes away, and I can't see what I'm doing.
And now we go.
Okay. Wait. Whoa. What is going on here? See, so now if I come up here, I'm not. God damn it!
It's echoing between your screen.
It's because she's right here. So yes, the shine is left.
It's also hilarious because every time her camera picks up, it cuts back to the empty room.
It's a lot better. And now I'm wearing makeup.
I feel like we're watching an episode of Quantum Leap.
Hey, maybe he's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Calgon, take me away.
Oh, thank goodness we're both the same shade of white.
Whew.
I do not match my wall.
What was that?
Because I spend time outside, Dan. I got.
Oh, outside is for pussies.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
that's where Sun God lives.
That's where Sun God lives.
Hey, some of us do not worship the day star, but we appreciate seeing it now and then.
I'm the day star. I am the morning and evening. What movie was that where the guy? Oh, Benchwarmers, where he had the brother who was afraid of the sun. Wow. I can have been.
There are two actors I will not watch anymore because they play the same character in every movie. Those are Will Ferrell and Adam Sandler. Exact same character. Every fucking movie.
Watch Punch Drunk Love with Adam Sandler. It's a totally different
That's the last different movie Adam Sandler was in before he started doing. Other than that one, he's the same character in every movie.
What about that 9/11 movie with Don Cheadle?
Yeah, that's Reign Over Me. That's what Hotel Yolanda.
Wait. Did you say that there's an Adam Sandler 9/11 movie?
Yeah. It's called Reign, REIGN, Over Me.
Huh.
Look at me.
I don't know. Will Ferrell and Adam Sandler I won't do anymore. By the way, this is my blue lightsaber. I went and got it the other two.
It looks lavender.
No, you'll say that it looks lavender until I get out the purple one, which of course is purple.
It wasn't the same.
You look like you're in a German rave.
Oh yeah, I meant rave.
Yeah, there's kind of a strip club vibe going on there.
Yeah. Can I get
some pineapple front and center?
Tiffany, if you get the German porno and rave mixed up, I really hope that you never go to one of them because you go to the rave and you start getting naked.
He's like, why we're dancing? Wait, why is everybody coming on me?
The same thing. Like, there's really no difference between a German and rave.
I'm gonna give you that one. Yeah.
One everybody's moving, the other one everybody's
Why
angry.
does everybody else look so uncomfortable right now? I don't know.
Where's all this sperm coming from? God damn it.
God damn it. It's Germany.
I thought this was the porn set.
Oh man.
Where's all this sperm coming from?
Somebody just farted.
Oh!
Put that in your memoirs, DJ.
I'll put that in my memoirs.
On the topic of side boob, Appendix 1, where's all this sperm coming from?
Got me.
I could retell. I mean, there's an episode of The Greatest Show where I tell the story, but I could totally retell the story of the best lap dance for $2.
What? City and state?
Okinawa, Japan.
Wow.
No, it was San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Those are two completely different
discrepancy there. Which one was it?
Yeah, Utah?
It was Puerto Rico. So there's
like on a scale of 1 to the other side of the world, it's a yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a +5.
It was definitely San Juan though. It was San Juan.
San Juan.
Yeah. The too long didn't listen version is she thought it was a 20.
Oh, she worked hard for it.
She was hard for money.
Wait. No. There's a quintessential flaw in the story.
What's the story? What's the quintessential flaw?
I think we got to it at the same time. If she thought it was a $20 bill, ipso facto, that would have to mean you paid with a literally $2 bill.
I used to carry $2 bills regularly.
and you paid for a lap dance with a $2 bill.
Absolutely.
Like, "Ooh, look, a $2 bill.
Do you know how many places I have seen not accept them because they're so rare that they think they're fake? They don't even think it's
And
real
that
money.
happens. When you carry $2 bills, you run into that a lot. However, my buddies thought I was fucking crazy, but when they saw what I got for $2, they were like, "Holy shit, I'm gonna load my fucking wallet."
That's not a bad idea, actually, because how close do you look? You see the 2. You're trained to look for the 2 or the 5 or the hundo. Nice.
I guess. Are you?
That's the new denomination. You look at it; it's as a 2 or 5 or just hundo written out.
I mean, I've heard.
Or you just
I
trained
used to give out.
dead
I
white
used to.
guy?
I used to give out $2 bills at my store.
So you were a stripper?
When I would give change. DJ would always get them at the bank that we lived near.
Yeah.
We've still got a few.
The last group of $2 bills I got from the bank, they broke out a brand new stack, and they were so crisp. I didn't want to spend them. I mean, they were like, they were like rigid, and I'm like, oh my god, those are the best bills in the world.
See, I have never woken up at any, and I do have like 1 or 2 $2 bills just as collector items. I've never woken up in the morning and thought, damn, I need a $2 bill. But if I walked into a bank and I'm like, hey, I need a $2 bill, and they busted out this like brand new, still warm from the mint, fat drug roll of $2 bills, I would somehow feel obligated to buy them all.
All of them, absolutely.
I don't even know why.
I got $52 bills. I got $52 bills in sequential serial number order.
Yeah, we still have 2 of them from that group.
Yeah, saying you have, but there's so much going on there because the instead of one guy on the back, or like or the eagle or whatever, it's got like the constitutional Last Supper or something going on there.
DJ, I will give you $2 for your $2 bill.
So I used to keep any $2 bills that I came across, and when I was when I worked as
that's what he said.
I worked as a cage cashier in a casino, and this girl came in, and she wanted to swap out all of these rare $2 bills with like the red letters and everything. Like they were the ones that you can like sell for more money, and they were pretty awesome. And she was trading in like 20 of them, and I was like, why are you doing this? And she's like, oh, my boyfriend just dumped me, so I stole his $2 bill collection and wanted to just trade them in. And I wanted so badly to be like, I get off at this time, I will meet you outside. But unfortunately, I would get fired for that. So
you get off at a normal time?
Oh!
Right on schedule.
That's when she comes across the $2 bills.
Wow.
I arrived precisely
so much innuendo in those 2 statements that, like, I don't know where to begin.
Mm-hmm.
I would pay money for somebody getting off at a regular time.
A wizard is never late.
Mm-hmm. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Oh.
What did Jesus say?
Kev, your mic is all garbled. We can't hear you.
Damn it. Never mind.
All right. I too like a perfect circle, though. Great drummer.
So I bought Metal Jesus, the same mic that I have. Are you using it?
No. It's tucked
You have to
away.
shake your head yes or no because I can't.
That's right.
Why are you not using
for
it?
you, DJ.
What?
He forgot.
How do you want him to answer that with yes and no? Why are you not using it? You're going to have to say, all right, this is going to be like quizzing a horse. You're going to have to start going down scenarios. Are you not using it because you put it in the wash? And we can get a yes or no.
I bet he's not using it because he doesn't know where it's at.
He's
It's tucked away.
He's not using it because he didn't realize that you were going to be here tonight.
I'm the
so it's like when you don't wear grandma's sweater.
Exactly.
And then surprise, grandma.
He didn't know
Which is the worst porn in the world, by the way.
He didn't know we were going to be talking about grandma's side boob.
I accidentally watched that one time. It was actually not bad.
Yeah.
Surprise, grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was wholesome.
Yeah.
Made you feel like going home.
Like warm and tingly inside, but also dirty.
And on outside.
And on the
I'm
outside.
pretty sure that's a verp moment. That's a vomit burp, by the way.
Yeah. It's like the other really bad porno, Suddenly Senile.
Suddenly senile.
Oh, there's two bad things about sex: walking in on your parents and then walking in on the grandparents. All right, one is decidedly worse than the other.
Yeah.
Sorry, when I hear
what's
things,
worse?
I turn into a horse.
You know what's worse than ants in your pants? Uncles.
Oh.
Oh.
God.
Oh.
Oh, I'm going to eject him for that. That was
That's my.
Do you know how? See, okay. Do you know how careful I have to be because of the fact that I'm not a father, but I am an uncle several times over?
Yeah.
And now you may think that what I mean is I'm worried about the things I'd be accused of, which is true. But more than that, I just feel an enormous amount of pressure because every time a holiday rolls around, I see all this stuff on Facebook about how there's going to be the racist uncle, the obscene uncle, this uncle, that uncle. And it's like, come on. I've only got so many hours to get all of this in. This is a enormous. I mean, I'm going to try. I'm going to give it the college try. But come on. I have a limited amount of time. I'm like a comedian with a 45-minute set. How much obscenity? How much propaganda? How many racist things do I have to squeeze into Thanksgiving? Am I even allowed to eat?
a lot.
On that topic, Drunk Uncle was one of the better, like,
Drunk
Uncle.
Drunk Uncle, and my favorite all time is Stefan.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And we noticed, so we were watching Saturday Night Live this last time, and we noticed that the character Adie Bryant was playing last time, the schoolgirl with the backpack on.
And kept Michael?
Yeah. Well, she kept saying, so basically Michael would ask her the question and she would rattle off a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, she's the female child version of Stefan.
Yeah. And on that same episode, not as good as the first premiere, but the Instagram couple it's one of my favorites.
Oh, they're great. They're great.
We'll watch it.
So I was talking to somebody at work and I was talking about the SNL and they're like, yeah, it's kind of good and kind of bad. I'm like, well, it depends on the host. If you don't really like the host, the show is going to suck some ass.
Yeah.
And in that case, the only thing my wife and I will watch
is the
weekend update because that's always good.
Yeah. My son and I are musicians, and it's been since he's 4 years old. We watch every Saturday Night Live religiously. It's our thing that we do. So we notice on the drum turnaround in the opening that we can tell the difference between drummers, bass players by the intro. And if you're really key to hearing that music every single week, you notice the differences.
So if you
I have to backtrack just a little. The other great SNL weekend update couple is Eric and Donald Jr.
Oh my God.
Yes.
When Eric mimics everything that Donald's saying,
yeah,
and he does the face,
and the hand, and the.
My favorite was that when they brought it, play with your fidget spinner, buddy. It spins.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just I don't know how long the clip's been around, but I just recently was introduced to the SNL clip. I guess the Rock was their guest that week, and they're at a convention for evil geniuses. Have you seen this?
I want to say yes, but I don't remember that.
Okay, if you don't remember it, I'm not going to repeat it. Because you need to see the delivery, but just go onto YouTube or Google. I don't know where we got to go to find it, and look up SNL, The Rock, evil inventions. It's very wrong, but it's really funny.
Yeah.
The only one I can think of with The Rock right off the top of my head is the one where he's the Scorpion King and he's going to take his nephew out to hang out. And he's like, I'm going to take him to the tomb. And the guys go, the tomb? And he's like, I mean the tomb. The tomb and the tomb. Totally love the line.
Yeah, the Barack Obama that's another classic. But not Bobby Moynihan. Oh my gosh. The guy who says I'm 6. and he does the kid.
He did.
Jonah Hill, thank you. When Jonah Hill does the 6-year-old at Benihana's, slays me every time.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Sorry. Obscure.
He's like a stand-up comic, but then he keeps repeating that I'm 6.
I'm 6, but he doesn't do his hands right like a 6-year-old would.
True that.
Through that. Churchill.
On Mickey's Christmas Carol, Goofy lets you know that you're going to be visited by 3 spirits.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Because he's only got 3 fingers to work with. So I mean,
in Emperor's New Groove, when Kronk holds, he says, "Can you feel it, Kronk?" Nobody ever notices that it's levitating, and he goes, "Oh, I can feel it."
Oh, I could feel it.
And I disagreed with Tiffany for a long time until we watched it together, and it is levitating.
when the Lion King's son, I forget what his name is,
Simba.
when Simba lands on something,
Wow.
when Simba lands on a cliff, the dust that's kicked up spells out sex briefly.
Yes.
There you go.
All of the spires in the Mermaid Kingdom are penises.
They are. Also in Aladdin, Aladdin is actually butt fucking Simba, from the Lion King. In the background, you can't see it. It's like when Genie is prominent in the stage.
I can't tell if you're full of shit or not right now.
100%, yeah. But
How
fun would that be?
Well,
Okay,
I'm going to
Rob,
regret
story.
this. Let's put that on Google.
Going up, the camera
Aladdin.
from Apu.
Wait a second, I missed what Sauarabh says. Hang on, what did you say?
Oh, in Aladdin, in the Cave of Wonders, when Apu is on the rocks that are blowing up, the camera pans away. You clearly hear him say, "Oh shit." That's my favorite one.
Mine's the I guess he's the bishop or whatever. It's doing the wedding in The Little Mermaid, who's getting a boner as he's performing the ceremony.
I mean, Ariel.
Disney animators.
I feel like a redhead mermaid.
I couldn't blame him. I mean, and Prince Eric, she was like 16. Clearly stated in the beginning of the film. And he's just married? No. Triton was right.
I just want to point out that the prince who's looking for Cinderella he can only identify her by her shoe. So how important is she if he can't look at her face and go, "Oh, it was you I was dancing with"?
Yeah, no kidding. But he had a very particular foot fetish, and he was just. I
guess so.
He was just in it all night, just right up in the nose. So I think there was some crossover. Oh no, his thing went out. His squire went out to look. So never mind.
Oh, so it wasn't him looking.
Mm-mm. Remember, it was that guy with the monocle and the beard. And he was exhausted.
The Monopoly guy.
Do not, let's go.
Do not collect $200.
Oh. Hey, before we get going here anymore, we are at 2 hours.
What's the soda level at?
Yeah, what's the soda level at?
You will be happy to know that we are solid, rock hard, throbbing 3 inches.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it 4 inches thick?
Hey, we need to figure out the circumference and the diameter of this, and we can figure out how many metric liters she has.
Down here.
Gotcha.
Drink it.
Are you fingering the ampersand right there?
Yes.
I am.
Sweet.
That's a cool name for a band.
I usually do that when nobody's looking, but for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tiffany in Dallas, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Dan, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Metal Jesus, I know you can't say anything, but you can wave. There you go.
Thanks.
Rob, thank you for joining us.
My conscience is clean.
Tricia, thanks for being on.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And for all of the viewers / listeners, because this also comes out in audio, I apologize, but we've hit our 2 hours, so we're going to go. The cast will stay on as long as they want to talk after hours, but I want to thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time. I will try to be more regular. I have some plans for this show, and hopefully it makes it a lot better. Wave goodbye, everybody!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Don't ever.